which brings me to my spectacular dinner at Morimoto's. Yes, I said it right. It's Morimoto's. So I have to say it was the best, or it was definitely an experience, as well as the food, because Morimoto's is actually kind of like trendy, because the lighting changes as time progresses, so it'll go from like blue to green, and green to like purple, and purple to pink, all the areas will there. I was fortunate to get in on a reservation later on that evening and sit at the sushi bar, which was actually the best thing I did. Because if I waited for the table, well, there was no tables available, but if I waited on the table, I wouldn't have seen my sushi chef up close. So that was kind of nice. So I had the what we call the omakase. Omakase is basically Morimoto's tasting menu, and I had the highest end tasting menu they had, with a matching drink per course. Now the omakase that I had was 9 courses, so I also had 9 different matching drinks. So the first one I had was I actually had because they were busy and the chef was trying to figure out what he wanted to actually make for me for the sushi section. I got an Amuse bouche, which is a one bite kind of like a little bit of a prelude to the 9 courses, and it was a tuna chip with tomato aioli. It was very small, as you can see from the picture. And very light. The tomato aioli had kind of like a nice, smooth, delicate salsa flavor to it, but not like Mexican salsa. It was just kind of like an interesting take on chip and salsa. So according to my list, I have a list that the waiter, David, really good guy, really great server. I mean, I have to say that the service was top notch. I mean, they really took the time, and considering I got a $200 dinner, yes, I said it right, $200 for their tasting menu, for the highest end version of the taste menu. They also have an $80 and a $120 tasting menu, but since I'm in Philadelphia, I'm on a food tour, I'm going all out. So so we're gonna go through this list, shall we? So the first one I had was a Toro Tartar, which is a fatty tuna belly with some Osetra caviar. And as you can see from the picture, the tartar was like, Toro is fatty tuna, and he also put like cooked crunchy Toro inside too, into the tartar, so it kind of has a nice crunch, and there's a nice sauce on the outside, and actually in front there's a little bit of wasabi and a small little Japanese peach that has a pit in it, a really small one. And I had to say that was actually quite, actually surprisingly mild with the caviar, because it was suggested that I take a scoop of everything, including the soup or sauce, and put a touch of wasabi on it. And it was crunchy, actually. Texture-wise, it was all over the place. It was soft, it was crunchy. I mean, the fatty tuna was like melting, and yet I still got a crunch of fatty tuna, and it was just like, wow. I'm totally, it was basically a sensation. And it was paired with a dry white wine to kind of, I guess, it was very light. Uh, it was light because it's the first course. I forgot that there was a progression to the courses. I haven't been to a lot of fine dining restaurants in a long time, so especially one with one where I went for the tasting menu. So the second dish I had was uni with fresh wasabi and consomme. Now, if you don't know, uni is a sea urchin. As you can see from the picture, it's you can see it in the center. It was very delicate. Around the consomme was actually seaweed powder, according to the chef, and it was paired with a very light Morimoto sake. And I can't remember these names, and apparently David didn't write it down for me, and I didn't check until this morning. So it was really good. It was really delicate. I mean, your sea urchin was just like very soft. It had that consistency of like almost like very delicate. I mean, when you put it with your chopsticks, it would, it would, if you kind of held on to it too tight, it would just like, kind of split in half and kind of fall back. And it was suggested I try the uni first, and then I tried the consomme jelly afterwards. And I have to say that, again, the textures were all like in a the consomme jelly was like a the consomme was like a jelly. It had a nice kind of soupy balance to the uni, the sea urchin, and a little touch of wasabi was there, so it brought a little bit of kick to it. And the sake was actually pretty light. It seemed very filtered, and it's Morimoto sake that's made for him, and it was pretty good. Again, it's like appealing to the eye, to your touch, and to your sight, to your touch, and to the taste. I mean, holy cow! I mean, that tasting menu, definitely the highest quality ingredients that they had. So, third one was Sazae, served in the shell with herb butter and panko crusted. Now, as you can see from the picture, all these things were beautiful. I mean, come on. Even had the flowers on them too. And I had to say that that was really good. I've never had Sazae before, and Sazae is the shellfish. I guess it's a shellfish or a clam. I think it's a shellfish. And really tender. Its texture is somewhat in between a mussel and like I don't know, some other shelled fish that I've had before. But like, I mean, that thing was so delicate and so nice. I mean, I've never had Sazae before, but it was really good.